What's up guys, Peter here from Reviews on Anything, and in this video we're looking at some snowboard goggles from a company called Sungod. These are the Sungod Revolts. Now that name might sound familiar because in an earlier video a couple of months ago we looked at the Sungod sunglasses, obviously for summer. Since winter is now around the corner, it is obviously time to look at their offering for the winter season. And what makes these snowboard goggles so special is that they're modular. You can really change and customize anything from the strap to the frame and the lenses themselves. Making it not only very versatile but also a very personalized experience when it comes to designing and picking and choosing your Revolt goggles. In earlier videos we also looked at sort of budget snowboard goggles that we kind of liked, but they really fell short in terms of the quality of the lenses. So we're going to take a closer look how the modular system works and also check out if the lenses here are better, since this is sort of a mid-range pair of goggles in terms of price. Alright, so here we are with everything you get in the box. We're obviously talking frame, lenses, strap and additional lenses. As you can see, I've gone for the black and white setup all around. And actually the extra pair of lenses that I ordered is this bright blue one. Now obviously the lenses that you're going to pick depend on the circumstances that you're probably going to encounter most. So pick wisely there. But thanks to the modular system, you can pick pretty much any kind of lens you want for any kind of weather situation and even change on the fly, like in my case. Let's put this one to the side. Again, the black and white theme. I got the white frame and I got the black strap with the white logo, and I got the black lenses to go with that. As I said, it's a very modular system, so you can pick any kind of frame with any kind of strap with any kind of lens in pretty much any combination that you want, so you can really customize it the way you want it. And I think it's actually quite smart that Sungod has done it this way. You know, when something breaks, obviously it's easy to replace, but also when, you know, at some point you're tired of your dark strap, or maybe you change your helmet or your jacket or anything, you can just get a new strap and you have a whole new look rather than having to buy a whole new pair of goggles. Now, the frame itself, nothing too spectacular. It's just nice and flexible with some foam here on the inside, obviously, so it sits nice on your face. Some ventilation up here and also down there to get some of the heat out of your goggles. You can see the open slots here on the side, which is where the strap will obviously go in. Just a matter of pushing it through and pulling it in, and then you can hear it clicks in place. So that's one side. Let's do the other side right away as well. So I'll assemble the whole set together. There we go. That is the strap installed. Nice and easy. Inside of the strap actually has a bit of rubber in it, so it sits nice and tight on your helmet that you should be wearing really. And obviously you got the two adjustable sliders here, pretty standard these days, to make sure it fits either your helmet or your hat or anything that you're wearing. Now I hope you can see it on camera, but here on the front there are a few small holes that are obviously used to click your lenses in. More importantly though, here on the side there are two swivel points that are used to fix the side of your lenses. Right here is the hole into the frame, which makes it actually nice and easy to change your lenses on the fly. To be honest, it doesn't feel like the most solid mechanism, and I'm not really sure if it's super durable. It's made out of the same material as the frame though, so you know, I have no reason to believe that it's going to break anytime soon. But it works just like they say it will, so that's actually quite nice and what it's all about. So obviously the next step is to put the lens into the frame and show you how it looks, so here we go. You just plug it in on one end, plug it in on the other end, and then the easy part is you just click it into place and that's it. Same thing on this side, click and you're good to go. And then it's just a matter of making sure that the holes line up with the pins. And that is really all there is to it. There is your lens and frame and strap all assembled as one. Now this is obviously going to be a bit of a fingerprint disaster, so forgive me for all the smudges. And actually maybe the black one is not the best lens to show you all the details. Let's use the blue one for that. There is some extra holes here on the top, as you can see, for extra ventilation, which is always appreciated. Get some cold air in here and some warm air out to prevent obviously your goggles from fogging up. Now you got the Sungod logo here in the middle, and I hope you can see it here on the side, on the bottom. It is the 4K optics for snow that Sungod has used for these lenses. Now you can see that is not sort of the spherical frameless design that is so popular these days. It's still a big pair of goggles, as I'll show you later when I put them on. But it's certainly not as humongously spherical, the fishbowl effect, as for example the Oakleys that we looked at last year. It's still more of a traditional approach, but I actually quite like it, especially in this contrasting black and white color scheme that I chose. I think it looks quite nice and it's overall a very appealing design. Now, where the budget snowboard goggles that we looked at in an earlier video really fell apart was not so much the frame and the way they felt, but it was the lenses. You could really tell that they cut a lot of corners there. Not so much the case with these lenses here. This is obviously, like I said in the beginning, not a budget pair of snowboard goggles to begin with. Certainly more mid-range and some might even say a higher end. So you can expect a lot more from the lenses itself. Like I said before, there is a whole variety of lenses available depending on what weather conditions you are most likely to occur. So, you know, you have to choose wisely which lens you want. Personally, I like to have sort of a more of an average lens that can go for a lot of circumstances. But if you go somewhere where it's always sunny or always cloudy, you can obviously pick your lenses accordingly. It's hard to show really on video how good or how bad these lenses potentially are, because you know I can film through the lens, but that doesn't really do it justice. I tried this out in a variety of conditions, both on an indoor haul, but also just out in the sun. And they actually do a really good job in providing you with good dampening, UV filtering and so on. And overall they provide decent contrast and a pretty good field of view in general. I wouldn't say they're the last word in high-tech optics. For that you really have to look at an even higher price category. But overall this is a pair of goggles and a pair of lenses that'll get you along very well, pretty much regardless of the circumstances. In all honesty, I haven't tested all the lenses in all the circumstances, but with these two I can confidently say that you'll be very happy in most conditions, and this is certainly good. You know, aside from being a pro skier or whatever, obviously you're not gonna shop maybe at this price point. But for, you know, your average skier that goes once or twice a year, perfect. This is definitely a pair of lenses that you can be very confident with and enjoy your time on the slopes without getting blinded, but also not being so dark that you can't see anything else anymore. So overall, what do we make of the Sungod Revolts? I like it. Actually, there is quite a lot to like about this whole system. The modularness of picking and choosing anything from the strap to the frame to the lenses is something I can really appreciate, and it's actually something that I think fits the current time, day and age. Being able to sort of personalize within limits your own set of goggles is something I actually find really nice. And especially, you know, when something breaks or when you do want to change one item, you can do that with a very limited budget without having to resort to buying a completely new pair of goggles, which not only creates waste, but it's also unnecessarily expensive. The lenses, much better than the budget goggles that we looked at. Certainly something that you can rely on anything from a sunny to a cloudy day, but also not something you can expect miracles from, because this is obviously not a €400 pair of goggles. All in all, I think this is a compelling package and definitely something worth considering if you're looking to upgrade your snowboard or ski goggles this year. We really like testing them. Thank you, Sungod, for providing us with the review unit. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, please. It helps us out a lot. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!